What is up, Plastic Addicts? I want to take a little bit to talk about the 350 Refit Enterprise Commission build and where I'm at with that. It looks a little different than previous posts because I've taken a whole bunch of stuff off because I wanted to change lighting components, make things better fundamentally. As you can see, I've added LED strips to the top of the secondary hull to get more light into the neck, rework the wiring. It's a bit of a rat's nest in there, but that compartment at the front is actually pretty good for that. New hole for running wires up the neck. This is where some of the biggest changes have been made. The basic lighting is the same. LED strip between the lights, just bounce that around to get good illumination in there, excuse me. But it's this little light box that I've put around right here for the spotlights, because I was finding when the spotlight circuit was off but the window circuit was on, I was getting light spill. I don't like that. So I wanted to go back and change that, and it's a pretty big change. So I had to take the neck off and apart, but we were able to get that accomplished. Same thing with the warp engines. Now I only had one assembled and completed. That was the port engine, which is this one here, and I've taken everything out except the LED strip and the and the spotlights, which I'll come back to. This is just kind of talking about all the openings I had for various lighting components. Talking about the RCS wing here, and here's a look at that where I have the SMD inside of it right here. The illumination isn't quite the same as in the movie, but it gives a good effect, enough to throw some light onto there, and that's how it goes. So there's modification required for that, and there's a small light inside to light the RCS thruster. So some changes in there to make that a bit more effective. And I want to talk about the neck again because I talked to Rose Model Company about this. I learned a little something when going back over screen grabs, and that is the vent on the neck is incorrect for the refit. Not the A, but for the refit. And if you look at these images, you can see it is actually recessed on all three sides. And I want to see if she could, Sophie at Rose Models, could come up with something. This is the first prototype. I've got some notes on modifications to make it easier for other modelers to use, but that's basically it. And kind of gets a little bit closer to what the refit is, because this model is based on the Star Trek II, I guess, ILM changes, fixes they made, painting changes to dull it down. So I want to get as many parts right as possible. So that's really where we're at with this refit. It's taking a number of steps back to really knock it out going forward. And of course the saucer, I've got the sides on and it's all light blocked. It's basically ready for lighting and other component installations. With the exception of the registry spotlight, it's kind of going to be the easier component to do, but it's at lower registry, upper registry. Those are going to be hard to get because of the angles and modifications required. But I'm kind of happy with where we're at, and looking forward to knocking this out over the next few weeks.